Good afternoon. Firstly, let me introduce myself. I am K. Aishwarya, pursuing my PGDM in HRM at the Institute of Public Enterprise, Shamirpet, that is Hyderabad. I have completed my graduation in BCom International Accounting and Finance in the year 2021 and holding in job experience at CARB Incorporations and Deloitte. So this was a short description or introduction about me. Today, as part of our management and organization behavior group assignment, under the guidance of Professor Ujjal Mukherjee, we have the pleasure of interviewing our alumni. Today, we are excited to speak with Aneesh Sunil, who is currently working at Deloitte. So we welcome you, Aneesh, to the interview. Now, I would like to hand it over to Aneesh to tell a short description or a short introduction about yourself.
Okay, thank you, Aishwarya, for first of all inviting me and choosing me as your alumni in the topic. A little about me. I am Aneesh Sunil. I was a part of in the Institute of Public Enterprise from the batch 2022 to 24. I had done my PGDM in banking and insurance and finance program, and it was an amazing experience with me in IPE. I really had a very wonderful education as well as learning experience in IPE. And talking about my degree, I have done my degree from Loyola Academy in BCom honors. Currently, I am working with Deloitte, all thanks to IPE for giving the wonderful placement opportunity. Then a little about my work I do. I am currently working as an analyst in the government and public sector domain, and yeah, that's a little about me. So I guess you can carry on with the questions. I'm looking forward for it.
Okay, so now thank you, Anish, for the short introduction about yourself. I would like Chetna to take it over from here.
Hi everyone, I'm Laxmi Chetana. I'm pursuing PGDM-HRM, student at IPE and graduated from BCom Computers. My academic interests are HR and Finance, and I'm focusing on the feedback, a part of questionnaire today's session. Thank you.
So hi Anish and hi everyone. I'm Sharon and I'm pursuing PGDM-HRM at IPE batch of 2026. So my academic interests lie in the areas of human resources and marketing, and I will be focusing on the group dynamics part of the questionnaire. So I hand it over to Apurva, who will introduce and she will start off with the questions.
Hello everyone on the panel. I'm Sevelly Apurva. I'm pursuing my PGDM HRM at IPE and I'm a BBA graduate from Geetham University. So let me start off with the first question. I hope you are ready, Anish.
Yes, I'm ready. You can go ahead.
Firstly, can you describe me about your current role and your primary responsibilities as an individual?
Yeah, my current role, I am an analyst in the GPS government and public service sector. It is a sector in Deloitte where we deal with government clients, and our mainly government clients include the different sectors of the US government like civil, state, local, health, education, and all that more about GPS I would not like to go out. As an individual, my role is mostly preparing financial reports and maybe a little bit of compliance in our sector, which includes expense reporting and time submission, all those. So mainly, I as an individual prepare these reports and submit it to the EFA so that they carry on with the submission of reports. So this is my major role in Deloitte.
And secondly, how did you have your transition into this position and what were your some key challenges you faced during this transition?
Okay, as an individual or as an alumni, I mean, as a student of IP, I developed into a working individual. That transition was a little challenging Obviously, from a student life to a working life culture, it is a little challenging one. But then, as we have to adapt ourselves according to the situation, we face a little bit of challenges. But I try to cope up. I like to interact with people. So through communicating with others and mainly making sure that I keep my knowledge updated, all these things helps me to make sure that I am able to adapt with the surroundings, as well as mainly um, mingle with the people and get to learn things very fast. So this was the main thing which helped me to transition. And the challenges I faced was obviously working in a big four is I mean, a big ask by many people. I mean, it is always what is that we have to keep a set of standards. So I mean, I'm trying to maybe improve myself every day by developing my skills by practice, by whatever work I'm doing regularly, making it a monotonous work. I need to do it regularly, and it becomes perfect. So through that, I feel we can make the transition a little more easier. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, and lastly, on my part, what theories and principles do you find most effective in your role, and how do you apply them?
Theories, in the sense, I would like to resort to this Maslow's theory. Have you guys aware of? Yeah, I could resonate to that role because in that we have basic physiological needs, which starts as like we had a orientation type of thing in Deloitte. So there we got to know various levels of our growth and profession, how we will develop and evolve through the organization. So we have starting with an associate analyst, that is the first stage. Then it goes to analyst, then senior analyst, and then the manager level. All those it goes on. So I could resonate this with the basics physiological needs, then esteem needs, then then all those. I'm not exactly sure about what the Maslow's law, but these were the things I could relate to.
So I'm going to start with the next set of questions, Anish.
Yeah.
So can you give us an example of a difficult decision that you had to make as a student or an individual, and how you approached to that?
Okay, I would take a situation recently, like the interview process only with Deloitte. I faced a very difficult decision. Actually, you guys would also, find it really interesting. I had applied for two roles in Deloitte. That was for tax as well as GPS. I was a little curious, like if I didn't get a opportunity in tax, I would go to GPS. So by I don't know, incidentally, this happened that both of my interviews were scheduled in the same day, on the same day. So I had to attend the interview of both the GPS as well as tax simultaneously. So one round of GPS, another round of tax, and it was like in a hurry burry. And I don't know, by God's grace, I cleared both the rounds and I reached the final round, and I had a chance to choose which which role I could finally take up. So I thought GPS was a very challenging role, and as well as it is a very interesting role. It leads with full financial metrics and all that. So I found it a little more interesting, and it was suiting me, I felt. So, and tax was also again a very good job, and because tax is having a lot of growth, and which helps for me to even switch jobs in future if I have a tax analyst or tax consultant as my in my CV. So it was a very tough decision, but I gradually decided to select GPS as my career. So I feel I'm not taking the wrong decision, and I'm happy with the current role which I'm working in.
That was so nice to hear.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next question, how do you handle conflicts, or if there are any sort of disagreements within your team, or even when you were a student, when you're working in a team project, how did you handle disagreements or problems between members in the team?
Yeah. I would like to take an incident in my college only. A class representative in my class. So this conflicts and disagreements keeps on happening between others. We have to respect each and every opinion of every individual. So to accept this, we might need to maybe um, communicate with each and every individual and make sure what each and every views is. Give everyone a chance to speak, and then make do maybe a voting a session where we can each and every individual can come up with a solution or maybe uh, an idea so that we can do a voting and then maybe make sure one conflict I mean, wins the fight or something. Yeah, I do that mostly.
Moving on to the last question in my list of questions. So, what strategies or methods you use to motivate or engage your team members if you ever worked in a team, or even when you were a class rep, like you said? What methods did you use to encourage them?
See, mostly I would try to motivate each and every person as and when we face. I mean, if we face defeat, also if we are in a competition or something, we might not win the competition, and if we lose the competition, we have to keep our heads up. The morale should never go down, so that maybe not this time. We can learn from the mistakes made from the previous competition or contest, and then we have to team up and then discuss where we went wrong, and then keep our chin up for making sure that we won't make that mistakes in future. And that is how we cheer up and prepare for the next contest. So that is how I try to motivate those people and get the things done.
Now we'll be moving to Aishwarya, and she'll be asking the next set of questions.
Okay.
My question to you, Aneesh, is how do you prioritize and manage like multiple tasks or projects or multiple roles in your day-to-day activities simultaneously? Like you have to, if you got to finish all the works in a lineup and all are back to back. So how do you manage all of them?
Yeah, so in this case, I would like to resonate to my current role which I am in. Actually work for the GPS department also, and we have a direct activity also. So this direct activity is like we have a vendor assigned mostly for third party vendors. So we have to deal with the third party vendors directly. We won't get involved with the team members. This is me and the contractors. We have to come in direct, and this are the US clients. So in this case, we have our regular GPS ka tasks also piled up, and we have this direct activity also coming on that day. Firstly, we have to give priority to our third-party vendors, and then once I complete that task, I come back to my main GPS task, and I will. So mainly, my answer to this question is I prioritize my work according to the needs.
Okay, right, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question to you would be, can you describe any successful project or any such kind of plan or an action that you have led, and what are the factors that you have contributed to that success of that plan or a project?
In recently, we in IPE only we had a paper presentation, and I was actually leading that. We were a team of four. So the main we had to prepare. We had to do this for an presentation in another college. That was St. Joseph, I think. It was on sustainable development. Topic was on using digital wallets instead of paper currencies, and how we actually presented that paper in that college. And it was a good success also. We uh, worked for around 2-3 months on this project, and it was really a successful one. And we got recognized in IP also for this. And recently, during the alumni meet, also our program coordinator was very happy with the work, and he, commented that recently also during an accreditation program. So in that, my contribution was like I was leading the project. I was doing the mainly the research and development. I was taking surveys among the among different groups of people, maybe the youngsters, then the working professionals, and all that. So all this, and then I was assigning different tasks to my team members also, and we were really proud that it was a successful project.
Indeed, Anish. I can get that. I can relate to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I am done with my set of questions, I would hand it over to Chetna to take up with the other set.
Hello, Anish. The next set of question are like the first one is like, can you describe measures the performance and the efficiency that your team and the how do you like provide a feedback?
Yeah, feedback is actually a very necessary tool for each and every role of management. In case, even if it is a manager, even if it is a manager, director, or whoever it is, feedback is a very necessary tool because one can measure his performance or his or her performance through feedback only. See, as even I would also recommend you guys to give a feedback on what I am saying because this will help me improve my skill as well as it will also make me realize where I am right now, and it can maybe correct me in future so that I can understand and maybe do a better performance for the next time. So feedback is a very necessary tool, and we should work on it. And maybe we should also we should not always think it as a negative aspect. We should take it as positive and make sure we learn from our mistakes and do a better job next time.
Okay. And the last question of the interview, what advice would you give to like someone aspiring about the manager role?
The advice I would like to give is you should always keep on developing yourself. Make sure you keep yourself updated. And again, feedback, as you said, that is also a very important tool we should work on. We should always uh, stay invested. I am taking this quote from my manager. He keeps on saying this: stay interested and stay invested. Try to use few inspirations and take some inspiration from others so that you can maybe reach success through that, or else you can always stick to your own path. But this is what I would like to give you guys. I mean, a thought process to work on.
Thank you, Anish.
Yeah.
Thank you for time that taken for like speak with us today.
Okay, I would like to thank you guys all for inviting me again. It was a privilege, and thank you, Aishwarya, for contacting me. And I hope I have answered all your questions. And if you guys have anything, you can get back to me. I'm always available. You can contact me through Aishwarya. Okay, guys, thank you. Can I leave the meeting?
Yeah,
Or
once
is
Thank
more,
you.
there anything else? Okay.
Have
thank
a good day.
you.
Yeah.
You
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Moving on, we'll discuss each of key takeaways from the section. Here are my key takeaways. Measuring team performance, like provide productivity, quality, and the deadlines, providing feedbacks, giving constructive, timely, and balanced feedback. Aspiring managers like focusing on a leadership, communication, and goals within a result. Moving to Aishwarya.
So my understanding from the interview is prioritizing most important tasks first where the need is more required, either by third party vendor or US clients, and then getting back to the daily activities as planned the individual. Effective leadership that was quite rewarding, which was focusing on the teamwork, overall teamwork, and appreciating results.
So my key learnings from the session are when it comes to making a difficult decision, choosing the most challenging or the most demanding or the most interesting one is essential. So individuals tend to give more priority to the demanding task. And then coming to handling disagreements in a group, like they say, like the quote goes, communication is key. So communicating with each and every individual in the group and addressing their issues by giving them a solution or idea solves it to an extent. And then moving on to the strategies that are used to motivate individuals in a team, boosting their confidence and morale by addressing the issues. And even when they face defeat, it's important to encourage them to step up and ask them to learn and continue in the process. So, Apurva.
Moving on, understanding the hierarchy structure and flow of information and operations were my takeaways. And Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that are the basic needs, survival needs, which includes food, water, shelter, and the esteem needs are self-esteem needs, which include recognition, achievement, confidence, respect, and self-respect too. And there were many difficulties actually during this transition. That is conceptual knowledge and theories were to be kept in practical and reality. So this transition from a student to a job holder was quite challenging, and eventually it was a coping challenge which happened.
So finally, our major key takeaways from this assignment or from this session and interview are application of Maslow's hierarchy of needs into action. And then it's important to communicate with each and every individual member when there are group disagreements, and prioritizing the most important tasks when it comes to when you have like multiple tasks to attend to. And then to finally, to improve the performance of an individual, continuous feedback is always appreciated and essential. Thank you.